feel alright. Holding tight, breathing, it's for the long haul, day and night. We come passive, we're changing lives, we're reaching new heights. Alright, spreading love, spreading joy, we're shining bright. Let's get together and feel alright. Feel alright. Come on now, let's unite. Let's unite. We are silver shining like a guiding light. Oh, let's get together and feel alright. Feel alright. No matter what, we'll never lose sight. Never lose sight. With them past, we're gonna soar to new heights. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Holding light, we're in it for the long haul, day and night. With the past, we're changing lives, we're reaching new heights. Alright, spreading love, spreading joy, we're shining bright. So let's get together and feel alright. Feel alright. Come on now, let's unite. Let's unite. We are silver shining like a guiding light. Oh, let's get together and feel alright. Feel alright. No matter what, we'll never lose sight. Never lose sight. With the past, we're gonna soar to new heights.
This one can be Jesus. So big, yes, please.
Oh, one love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Holding tight, we're ready for the long haul, day and night. As if we're changing lives, we're reaching new heights. Alright, spreading love, spreading joy, we're shining bright. Then let's get together and feel alright. Come on now, let's unite. We're unpassive, we're shining like a guiding light. Oh, let's get together and feel alright. No matter what, we'll never lose sight. We're unpassive, we're gonna soar to new heights.
Hello, 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 everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all having a fabulous, fabulous day. Please do go and check out my r/anti-MLM video from yesterday. It was family day. I had plans, so I released that yesterday for all of you. Go and check that out if you haven't yet. I also want to say that the Recovering Hunbot has made this really neat ONPASSIVE founder income calculator. All right. And she's done an entire video where you can go right now on her channel and she will explain the entire thing to you. Highly, highly recommend. And I think we should tell her to do one for all of the MLMs. It would be helpful. But this is really cool because a lot of us have been wondering about, how this is going to make people money. So if you want to really look into the amount of money that you can make out on ONPASSIVE and you're in ONPASSIVE, may I recommend you go and check out the ONPASSIVE Founder Income Calculator. It is literally going to tell you the truth about what you will be making. Please do go and check that out. Again, she has a whole video where she explains the whole thing to you and how it works and everything about it. Highly recommend that you go and check that out. After this, of course. So today we have Albs with us, which is really, really great. We have Andy. Next Level is here. Excuse me. Mark says, hello, all sayers of nay. Can't join you live as I'm trying to get a life beyond non-passive. Enjoy your scammer bash. We will. we will. Ken Russo has joined about 44 other opportunities since he joined Nothing Passive on July 10th, 2018. Cindy Hopkins is still a true believer. I believe her. She probably is. Hello, Devil's Advocate. Good to see you. And Robert is here. You sounded thrilled that I'm here. I am. I'm absolutely thrilled. But I do have to cut this short just before 3. So I'm kind of in a hurry. I would like to get right into it because today we're going to be reacting to their latest PNG live stream, which PNG is Papua New Guinea, if you were unaware. And that intro that I played at the beginning of this stream, that was how they announced this webinar. That was their little commercial for it. It doesn't say anything about the webinar at all. Doesn't tell you when it is, where to go, nothing. It was just like that little video with those few songs on it, which I found very, very lovely. So without further ado, you love the PNG song? The actual PNG song, though. The ones that played at the beginning of this weren't as great. So without further ado, we're going to get right into the latest one. So this one was about last week sometime, I believe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this PNG Moving Forward Together. It's been a long time.
Yeah, not the one that I played. The actual PNG one. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, you're not talking about the ones we played today. Like, that's not the PNG song.
Papua New Guinea, it was September 8th, 2019. I showed this business to David Bacall. This is the 5th year that Papua New Guinea has been in ONPASSIVE. I know that a lot has happened during this journey.
You're going to notice that the people in Papua New Guinea are, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, all using one computer screen. Because that's realistic of about how many people there have access to a computer and the internet where they are.
But none of us here around the world forgot about Papua New Guinea. And whatever happened, whatever direction people took, whatever they decided to stick their feet in or their toes, nobody's perfect, so don't worry about that. Let's start now. And I want to regroup my extended family in Papua New Guinea. All of us do. We all talk about you all the time. Everybody brings up about Papua New Guinea, and I was asked by many people, David, Nancy, Runa, many people in Papua New Daniel, let's come back and bring things together. So it worked out. This is the day. It's a perfect time. I asked Mr. Mufara to come on, but he's in a big meeting with Egypt right now, in fact. But if he can pop on, he will. But I'm not expecting it. But I will let him see the recording because he loves Papua New Guinea. I want to remind you, in the beginning, when this journey first started, Papua New Guinea was an inspiration to everyone around the world. We had our regular webinars on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday night for Sunday. Everybody got a boost because we came to Papua New Guinea to fill to energize us for the next week. Very inspirational people. And I don't want you to feel left alone. You're no way. Everyone loves you around the world, and you're an inspiration. And I want to remind everybody
that we are using these people and their vulnerability in order to make you believe that we are good people and that we are helping vulnerable people. That's all this is. That's literally all this is.
That he that is without sin, let him cast the first stone. We all done things. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a so-called leader. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all do things. It does not matter. I was taught since a little boy to forgive. I forgive. I'm done with it.
This is their latest one, Devil's Advocate. So it was this last week.
To help. You guys came into ONPASSIVE, some of you minimum 2 years ago, some of you almost 5 years, and you came in for a reason. You know why? Because you prayed for something better, and God found you, and you found ONPASSIVE. It's that.
Because Ash promised that he would build water filtration systems there and build data centers and bring them all access to the internet. That's probably more why. And they were promised generational wealth.
Simple. You will never, ever get this opportunity again. Never. So I'm very happy that you are in, and we are really starting to, this ONPASSIVE that we know is really building fast, a lot of momentum. Companies around the world want to join us now. We are the hunted.
Who? What companies? List a few of these companies that are allegedly trying to join you. You say all these things like we're the hunted, but I don't see it anywhere.
People want to be involved with ONPASSIVE, and the beauty of it is
hey, devil's advocate, I bet you more people are talking about herpes than they are ONPASSIVE.
Ash Mufara said nobody can enter ONPASSIVE except through a founder. That is the most powerful thing of all. I don't.
That's how every MLM is. Okay, it's the exact same as saying that like you have to go through a distributor at Scentsy in order to order their wax bars and their warmers and all that shit. Like it's the exact same at every MLM. You have to go to a Monet distributor to get their hair care products. All right. Not many MLMs out there have a way where you can just order it directly off of the website as if it's like Amazon and you're just ordering the product. Most of the MLM companies will actually get you to order through a distributor in your area. You don't necessarily have to reach out to that distributor personally, but if you go to the website, like here in Canada, if you go to Scentsy, okay, and you go to buy a warmer or wax just off the website, it will still bring me here in Ottawa to a distributor in Ottawa, and I will technically then be ordering it off of their page. So they'll make the commission. Even though I didn't look this person up and reach out to them and say, and get like the hey hun message and then say, yes, please order me some Scentsy. It will just kind of like do that. It's not a special thing that ONPASSIVE is doing that other places are not. It's not anything amazing that Ash is like promising them that nobody else is promised in the whole world. That's literally how MLMs are. That's one of the appeals of them.
Care who it is. A lot of companies I was in the past, if you had enough money, you could buy your way to the top. Nobody has enough money to buy their way to the top with Mr. Mufara because he doesn't care about money. He cares about enhancing people's lives. And thank God for that. And
he cares about appearing like he cares about fixing people's lives and helping people so that he can make money.
ONPASSIVE, I want to tell you, it doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care what country you're from.
Just be careful of Ash, though, because he might ask you if you're the lightest or darkest person in your whole country on a webinar one day. So just, prepare for that.
Doesn't care if you're tall, short, skinny, fat, bald, hairy. It cares
we've seen the LCs, ain't that the truth?
About your heart. And Papua New Guinea's got one of the biggest hearts in the world.
Papua New Guinea is a place. Papua New Guinea has one of the biggest hearts in the world, as if it's like one person.
You live in a very rich country, but you're not benefiting from it. Now you're in a very rich, you live in a very rich country, and you're not benefiting from it. But now you're in a very rich company, and you will benefit from ONPASSIVE.
Yeah, I think you fucked that up.
Right now, your lives will be changed. Thank you for being here. I want you to encourage people that maybe couldn't come today. I will make a video so you can share it. I want people like Daniel and any of you beautiful women that can translate to
Oh,
some of your
God.
people that maybe don't understand English, take the next few days to translate what's going on. I want to let everybody know the main reason for this meeting was to let you know that we're here for you. Time went by, things got busy, but none of us ever forgot. Remember that, never, ever. We worked too hard for this, and I refuse to let you go, and so does everyone else. So I'm going to
Damn it, were they almost out of this thing?
turn over to anybody else right now, and then we can feed back and forth. And obviously, if there's any questions, I brought in people that could answer it. I got Collins here, who's an IT guy. He understands IT, and he understands ONPASSIVE. So that's a win-win. And we've got people with years of experience, and so we want to make you feel comfortable. We want you to leave today with a smile, not only on your face, but a smile in your heart. So I'm going to turn it over to Chris.
You guys may have remembered a little while ago, there was a live stream in which Ash Mufaro was basically like, yeah, fuck people, blah, blah, blah. Well, he was also talking about Papua New Guinea when he said that. Basically, they had all shunned Papua New Guinea because they had gotten a little bit upset. And there was some issues with banking and whatnot in that area, which then made Ash upset and him kind of go, fuck Papua New Guinea and fuck anyone whose banks don't like us. And I guess the people in Papua New Guinea had felt like they were being shafted. So I think this is their damage control after that.
Johnson, he's traveling across the United States, making fun of me, I think, but that's okay. I'll get him when he comes this way. Anyway, here's Chris Johnson.
Hello, Papua New Guinea. I want to let you know, and this is the honest to God's truth. This is from my heart. If it wasn't for Papua New Guinea, I would not be the man I am today. That's the honest to God truth. My first Papua New Guinea webinar a very long time ago, something happened to me, some kind of switch went off, and realized that this world isn't just about me. There's a lot of people that need help all over the world. And I watched the strongest people, and a lot of the women, don't get mad, Med and PNG, some of the strongest women I've ever seen in my life are coming from PNG.
Chris says, Chris would have never heard of PNG if he hadn't joined this scam. Probably not.
PNG, and they've moved on, and they want to go back to their roots, and they want to help PNG. And for everything they struggle, they want to change that. They want to look into their kids' eyes and tell them that we are going to make it better for you. You don't want to struggle. We don't want you to struggle. We don't want anyone to struggle. But I'm going to tell you again, Papua New Guinea made me who I am today.
Listen, I want to know why Luke Mukista has like 4 different OConnect things open right now. Squares on the screen. And why we cannot see Chris Johnson at all during this.
And I mean that. That's the honest to God truth. One of your power ladies, power women, was Nancy. Nancy turned my life around. Nancy made me feel this big, how she spoke about things that were going on at PNG. And all I can do was say, I'm sorry. What can I do to help? And I didn't realize there was thousands and thousands of people around this world that were taken over by a Papua New Guinea webinar. If you wanted change of heart, you went to a Papua New Guinea webinar. If you wanted an attitude change for the better, you went to a Papua New Guinea webinar. I miss
an attitude change for the better, the cult says. You are continuing the struggle in PNG, Chris, by perpetuating this scam. Yep, you might be adding to it a lot more than you think you are.
Papua New Guinea webinars where things have scattered. It's time to erase the chalkboard, and we're going to start all over again, but this time we're coming back stronger, thicker, and I want some of the ladies at PNG to raise your voice and say, I'm here. ONPASSIVE's not going anywhere. And you completely want to change the culture of the colors of Papua New Guinea for the better for the people. We've heard it over and over. I know every story that came out of Papua New Guinea. And all I want to do is see you guys grow, grow, grow. I want your kids never to struggle. I want your grandkids to never forget what you did for them, because every one of you took the leap of faith and jumped in ONPASSIVE and you held on strong. Yeah, people go separate ways. Sometimes that happens. But the real founders, I know you're there. And what we want to do right now is bring you all back together. Say, hey, we love you. I know you love us, and we just want to keep supporting you. And I'm going to tell you what, ladies, you look like...
I know, it really is a lot, right? Like he's acting like they joined some kind of crazy religious group.
A beautiful garden with all those beautiful colors you got in your clothes. Absolutely gorgeous. I want to take you all home and plant in my garden and watch some beautiful flowers grow. So,
Chris, what the fuck was that? Just what? Like what was that? Look at you all in your beautiful colors talking about the robes that they wear, the dresses, if you will. And then you say you want to take them all home and plant them in your garden like they're your pets. They're flowers here just to blossom for you, Chris. That's so bizarre. That has to be one of the weirdest things I've ever heard somebody say about a group of people. Look at them, so pretty in all their different colors. I just want to take them home and plant them in my garden and then watch them bloom. Like, what in the Jeffrey Dahmer kind of bullshit was that? Like, that was some crazy shit, Chris. This is normal Chris behavior, right? Just like, what? And here we are, 80 days past the end of the first subscription date. Yep. And there has been no renewal and no money. How to get rich the ONPASSIVE way, right? You just don't. You just get nothing. You just wait. It's like waiting in line constantly. If Chris is talking, why isn't he on the screen? I was wondering this too. For some reason, we have 4 screens for Luke Mukisa. I don't know what that last name is. I'm sorry. But those 4 black screens that you'll see, these are all him. Okay? And Chris is nowhere. We just don't see him today. They just decided not to show him while he did his big, I want to take them all home and plant them in my garden speech. Maybe it was for the best. Maybe he did something creepy on the screen too. And whoever was recording was like, we just don't need this. This doesn't need to get out to the public. Asked them how they had to walk 3 miles and pay $130 to buy a credit card so they could give Ash $97 of it. Then they cannot log in to check anything, right? Chris wants to bury them in his back garden. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. And I got very, very scared for all of them. They're PNG garden gnomes to him. I mean, technically, right? I do feel like to Chris and a lot of these LCs, they're props. Right? They're not people, they're props. And that just kind of showed us how much so, I guess, if he was going to show us in a way, you know? Hello, Violet. I tried to start a perfume lovers club on ONET, but you can only name your club in one word. You can't use more than one. I might try again just because. Is that real? That wouldn't surprise me at all, actually. You have to just make it all one word. Oh my. That's not good for club names at all. Why are so many people from Inch missing? It's a grand place. It's located underneath the flat earth.
Papua New Guinea, we love you. We are here for you. We are here to bring back Papua New Guinea as strong as it was and make it even stronger, because the world needs to understand about Papua New Guinea, what it was, and what these ladies here in the camera are going to do for it. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
It's kind of cruel to give people that kind of false hope, you know? Because I am sure that all of the people there most likely do want to better their community, right? And they want to help the people that they know in their community. They probably have the drive. They got the heart, right? That's why ONPASSIVE wants them so badly. And it's just kind of sad to think that their time and their efforts are going to be wasted here instead of actually going towards helping their communities. It's cruel of ONPASSIVE to rob PNG of that. In my opinion, that's what's cruel here.
You could turn it over to anybody.
Oh my gosh, throw me under the bus. Hello, ladies. Hello, everyone in Papua New Guinea, the guys as well. Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. So many years and so much has been, spoken about with you guys, as Chris said.
Right, like a bad weatherman. And back to you, Janet.
Everybody changed because of Papua New Guinea. If you weren't changed, then you don't have a heart. You guys would come on, you would share so passionately about everything that you go through. And we only know a small percentage of that. But our hearts here from Australia and New Zealand are with you always in Papua New Guinea. I like the community feel. And we know if we live in anywhere in the world, our communities mean so much to us. But in Papua New Guinea, you shine bright. And like Chris said, the colors that you wear, I look at them and I think, how outstanding and beautiful that these ladies make their own stuff, mostly, and that oil, I think it's moringa. If I remember correctly, that a lot of people are using in Papua New Guinea. But yeah, we all want to come there. We all want you to come to us. We have many Papua New Guinea founding members here who live in Australia, and what a blessing they are. All I can say is you guys come from the heart. You really know what heart is. You're so appreciative of anything.
I'm going to have to take her word for it, because based on what I can see, she seems to be lacking heart. Because if you can give a speech like this and look at people in the face and be in a scam like this one, I don't know. I got to start questioning your morals altogether.
That anyone does for you. That's a lesson for many in our world that they could learn from you guys. So thank you very, very much. I'm honored to be here as on the platform or on the panel today to be a part of bringing you all back together. Let's join hands. We're all here to support one another. So thank you once again.
Yes, we are bringing the PNG team back. We're bringing them back together after we disgraced them. And we're basically like, fuck everybody that's not in this thing with us. We'll just move on without them. Fuck them. Now we are just so glad. Look at them in their pretty colors. I want to plant them in my garden. Makes sense.
To you all.
Unmute this camera and keep us.
Hey, Robin, are you able to speak? Robin's under the weather, so I want to make sure she's okay. Can you talk, Robin?
Yes, Marty, thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Papua New Guinea.
Oh my God, now we have Robin Noble on here, because just in case they weren't pulling on your heartstrings enough, using the people in PNG, here's Robin Noble, who's just been diagnosed with cancer as well. Is she strong enough?
I have missed you, but many of you have contacted me privately, and we have continued to stay in touch. Seeing your beautiful smiles today just lights up the whole screen. We have missed you, but ONPASSIVE has never, never left you behind or left you out. We talk about you all the time, and we know that good days and better times are coming for all of you and for all of us in ONPASSIVE. Mamas, take care of your children, take care of your businesses, take care of each other. You are the heart and soul of the communities. Elders, you know what community is all about. You have taught that to your children. You have taught that to your families, extended and immediate. We need to stay together. We need to hold together. And you are the strength. You are one of the pearls, one of the diamonds in ONPASSIVE. Don't let anybody take that away from you.
I feel like if somebody took it away from them, it would be better for them. Is that just me? I'm kind of like, damn it, they almost got out. They could have kept going. They would have been able to save their money for themselves and actually spend it on what they need to do, right? Instead of giving it to Ash and any of these people.
Talk to each other, remind each other, and if you need to reach out to other people, contact any of us. We are here for you as well. Keep smiling. We will be seeing you soon.
Are you only here for them in terms of like what ONPASSIVE can do though? Like if they actually did need help from you, like right this second, would you guys actually do anything for them?
And I can't wait to come back and give you all a big hug. It was very, very special for me when I first visited Papua New Guinea. You know I have been there, and you know I will return again. So until we see you in person, stay well and stay safe.
Okay, are they like supposed to be very excited about Robin coming there? Imagine being like, you have to stay in this thing because I've been there. I've gone to Papua New Guinea and I visited it. So because of that, you should all stay in this scam. Okay. They cannot contact any of you. They have no internet in their villages. Most of them don't, no. Most of them have to walk. Or they'll have like one shared internet spot, which is like kind of what they appear to be doing today, right? Like there's a bunch of them sitting around one device, which is quite normal there. Is returning a threat? Right? Like what was that? I don't know what that was. I don't understand. It was like, I've been there before, and I'm gonna go back there. So you better stay in this scam. Like, I don't know. Chris would give excuses why they can't just give the money without using Oblast. Probably. Going into third world countries to scam the poorest of the poor into paying subscriptions for an overpriced, unstable Zoom clone. Yep, that's what they're doing here. To save the other countries, because I feel like we got to save these places from them, but you know. Like when Pat Parrott needed oxygen, Chris made excuses why he couldn't help her and talked some guy out of selling his truck. Yeah, it was like, oh, this is so amazing. This guy was going to sell his truck, but we told him, no, don't do that. There are 839 known languages of Papua New Guinea, making it the most linguistically diverse country in the world. Huh. That'd be pretty cool, right? They're all just staring into the camera, smiling. Ash is probably off frame, threatening them with a whip. Do they want Bhutan back? Now, see, that was the other one, right? Right? It was the same live stream that they were kind of coming at both of them. Where Ash did this whole, like, fuck all these people. And it was like, ew, so cringe. So cringe. I believe the Recovering Unbought did like a whole stream where she showed like everybody's reactions to it too. It was a problem. That whole stream was a problem. This is going to be massive. Oh, a massive disaster.
Thank you.
Julie.
Hello, Marty. Hello, PNG. How?
Yeah, sorry, headphone users. I don't know why Julie just comes in hard screaming at us right from the beginning. I was like, ah. So I apologize. Although, if you're a headphone user and you're listening to me talk, you're already deaf. So I guess you're just used to it if you're here. It is also one of the most rural countries. Yes, see, that is one of the things that I know about them, which is why I'm like, it's very difficult for them to get to somewhere with internet. Because it's so rural, oftentimes, like, they actually have to walk, like, miles just to get to a place with the internet. Like, what would they need to be in ONPASSIVE for? You know, it's like, for what reason? For what, like, why? Who are they selling this to? You know? As I shed these tears for PNG. Yep. They pay people with love. Most of its people live in customary communities. Yeah, like kind of like how we see on the screen here. It'll be like it almost like a little compound, if you will. And they all kind of eat together, and they have like a homestead that they'll eat at, if you will, and do they have certain people that cook for them? But it's like they're not a place that needs ONPASSIVE at all. Now, if Ash was actually going to go there and build like data centers and give them water filtration systems like he promised, that would be wonderful. Then maybe they could get there. It's just, we all know that Ash is not going to fucking do that, right? Julie thought she had to speak louder since they were on the other side of the world. It's like when I tell people that I'm hard of hearing, and then they immediately just start screaming at me. And I'm like, well, not that much. You don't have to just scream. Getting waterboarded sounds like more fun than ONPASSIVE. It does. It does. Whose idea was it to get PNG involved in ONPASSIVE? That's a good question. I am not sure who the first person was that would have reached out over there. But they got a really big PNG team. Like there's a lot of people there that are signed up since. But that would be interesting. I don't know. I wonder if we can look into that.
How are you doing? It's so good to be back. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, they did have a husband and wife team, but like one of them would have had to have reached out somehow. You get what I mean? And I'm like, I wonder, like, would it have been Ash? Because that makes sense. It could have been Ash. You know? And then it just grew from there, right? Because then after they have a couple people in an area like that, areas like that are so trusting of the people in their communities, and they don't have things like this. Usually people aren't this heartless, and they don't go there and bring their scams like this to places like that. They don't have as much experience as we do with things like this, right? So once, you know, you got one couple in that community that's in something like this, everyone else, like the whole community, will just join. Because, like, they have no reason to not trust those people that accidentally join something like this. You know? in their community, they all get along fine. They got along fine until they came along. Until ONPASSIVE came along. These people were doing okay. Could they do better? Yeah. But they don't need ONPASSIVE. That's not the answer to anything. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Ash, because I'm thinking that a lot of the crypto scams and stuff kind of border that area. Wouldn't be that surprised. It wouldn't be that weird. You know, I'm not surprised by it, really. Most likely, tends to be a lot more women that I see from PNG, though. I will say that. They have a lot more women there. Everyone in Africa are currently getting free, clean energy with ONPASSIVE. They wish. They wish.
We miss you. And we are going to do this together and win together.
This is
Okay,
so weird.
so I just called Nancy, and she's on the messenger right now. So let me see if I can bring her on to say a few words. All right, hang on. Nancy, you are up. Can you see it, everyone? Can you see Nancy?
There she is, Nancy.
Go. Nancy, go ahead.
Oh,
Microphone, Nance. We can't hear you, Nancy.
Well, they were gonna get told to go screw themselves. I'm not 100. I don't really remember 100% what happened with PNG, but something happened in PNG right around the time that Ash was getting mad about the one bank, and and he like flipped out and decided to like go against them. So it sounded like they were not really going to be around anymore. And PNG live streams ceased to happen for a little bit. And so now they're quote unquote back, right? And they've done, this is what, the second one now in a month that they've done in the last month, and they're just really holding on to them now.
Hold on. Nancy, Chris said he can't hear you. Can you hear her, Chris?
I cannot hear. I can see her moving, but no sound.
I can hear her through my sound. Okay, let me work on it.
Can anyone else hear her?
hey,
No, can't.
hey, Julie.
Yes.
Did
Mommy?
they go hardcore with the chargebacks? Is that what something happened? And it just so happened to be, like I said, right around the time that they did that friggin' live stream with Ash, where he was in a bad mood and he was all like, fuck everybody. And if they're not with us, then fuck them. They don't have to be here. And Alana did that stream where she showed everybody's like faces and their responses and how weird it was. Kind of as proof to be like, look, they really don't care about you unless you're in ONPASSIVE. Okay, because the second you're not doing what ONPASSIVE wants you to do, it's fuck these people. Fuck them all. We don't care about them. And like whatever happened, just so happened to be all around the same time. And so when that happened, they kind of got thrown into the fuck these people group that Ash and everyone was kind of going off about. And they disappeared for a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if this was part of what it was. And I also feel like they were also more vocal about not getting their payments and asking about why this had to get extended again. You know, they were kind of like, hey, what's going on? They're the ones that are most in need, probably, out of all the groups here, right? So it would make sense that they would be the ones that would be the most pressed about, hey, what's going on with their payments? Why does this thing keep extending? The fuck is going on, you know, and getting a little frustrated. You know? So, yeah, now Chris appears, right? Now he comes on the screen. That would have been helpful for his little flower bed speech. PNG needs to go hard with more chargebacks, right? Giving ONPASSIVE to PNG is like giving smallpox-infested blankets to the Indians. Yes. Yes. Or just giving anyone any disease, really. Let's just be honest. It is a disease.
See if you can bring her an attendee and we can pull her onto the panel.
Yeah. Try that, Nancy. Go try it, okay? And we'll look for.
Why isn't she just like there? I don't understand. Why are we doing it through Messenger now? This seems very confusing and a silly way to do this.
You.
I don't know if she heard me.
Are you sharing her screen, Julie?
Yes.
Yeah. That's why you can only hear her.
All right. I think she's going to try again because she couldn't get in, so I called her on video for her to talk.
Okay.
Anyway, it's so nice to see you, PNG. We love you, and yes, I agree with Robin. We've missed you. But we are going to do this together. We are going to win together. And all of us will go with Marty. Whatever he needs help to help and support PNG, we are here. All right, Marty? We're all here for PNG.
Absolutely.
It's so good to see you.
Absolutely. Don't worry about going to somebody or not going to somebody or leader and all that. The biggest leader are the people, the biggest servants. Leader's an overworked word in ONPASSIVE.
Maybe we need to get them to ask for more refunds. Piss them off again. That would help them. Right?
In ONPASSIVE, Ash Mubara. Okay, so we just need to copy up what he does. And if somebody can help you, ask for help. Don't feel bad. We're not putting anybody down. We're not bypassing anybody. It's time now to look at this company as individuals. This is your company. You can do what you want. It's time for you to shine.
He like flashed them. Did you see that? That was like the smallest flash of them on the screen ever.
Think in your situation, ONPASSIVE doesn't care. You have an opportunity to shine and be whoever you want to be, 100%. So make sure you take advantage of that. And, you know, sometimes the limitations are between our ears. The limitations are in our heart. You might have had a hard life and you struggle every day, but that's about to end. So try to pay attention. I know there's internet issues. We will try to feed you, everyone here, whatever information we can get, the most accurate information, we will post it. I'll make sure Daniel gets it, Nancy gets it, anyone you people know, and that way you can send it to all the people, okay? So we're going to take...
Honestly, Salami, that's a hard question. Which country does Mufara hate the most? Is it A, India, B, Bangladesh, or C, PNG? I honestly don't know. Because he talks shit about all of them. He probably likes India a little bit better. Because that's where, like, his workers are. So he would probably like that a little bit, you know. But the other two, that's a hard one.
Take care of you. Don't worry.
I don't know.
You're not alone. I'm so glad you showed up. There's a lot of people. We have almost 2,000 people on tonight, which is a pretty good turnout, really. I want to introduce you now to, let's go. I don't care who we go to. Let's go to Lynn Nakamoto. Lynn worked with you guys a long time. A long time. And she cares about all of you just like all of us do. Lynn, go ahead.
See, isn't this weird? It's like they're doing a whole stream dedicated to PNG about how much they care about PNG. When really, like, if they really wanted to show PNG they cared, they would just pay them. It's like a lot of shit to not get paid.
Hi, everybody.
Lynn looks like she's horrified to be there right now. I'm worried. Is Rob like squat down beside her She's at gunpoint being made to do this. What is happening?
Aloha. Hi. You know, I'm from Hawaii and I can so relate to the way you folks live and the way you think and how you help one another and
That was weird. I'm just saying. That was weird.
you never leave anybody behind. And I think that's why I think ONPASSIVE is a fit for you guys, because in ONPASSIVE, do we leave anybody behind? No, right? We uplift everybody, and that's what happens in Papua New Guinea, where everybody helps one another. And that's the beauty of.
Okay, this whole stream was brought to you by the people of PNG feeling like they were being left behind. Can I just say that's kind of why it's happening? So, like, yeah, you kind of do leave people behind, or at least you make them feel like you are.
Your culture and your people. And I so love you all. And, you know, things are going to change for the better. You know, the corruption that we all see everywhere, not only in PNG, but everywhere, finally, it's going to actually be rooted out. I hope you all believe that.
And how do you plan on doing that with AI and a video conferencing tool? I'm just wondering.
The corruption that is so deep rooted in many, many countries will finally be.
Yeah, do you know what will totally fix any government corruption? Oh, Doodle. Yeah, guys, they just gotta release Oh Doodle, and then all of the government corruption all over the world is gonna be fixed. I promise.
Reduce. I wouldn't say like eliminate it totally, but definitely reduced.
Oh, sorry, not completely eliminated, reduced. They're not the correction to the corruption. They're the band-aid to the corruption, you know?
Over time, you know, through ONPASSIVE's help. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I believe personally that the corruption is what is affecting you all. Because if you have corruption, you can't really get out of that rut. You know what I'm saying? The corruption is so deep rooted. So
you talking about systemic oppression? Lynn, come on.
I have a lot of hope that with ONPASSIVE's help, with the apples that are coming, and with that residual income.
Do you know what, Devil's Advocate? I would too also really like an ONPASSIVE hat in my life, except there's nowhere to go to order one. Which you would think would be one of the first things that they would have set up. How do they all have it? I don't know. They like have them sent to them. But yeah. ONPASSIVE, the causation of the corruption. There we go.
You guys will be able to help yourselves. You'll be able to have some autonomy. Right now, hard to have autonomy when you're struggling. When you're struggling just to pay your bills and struggling to do the basics, you know, it's really hard to be independent. But soon, everyone is going to have that sense of autonomy. And with that autonomy comes confidence and also pride, you know. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing these concrete changes happening in Papua New Guinea. And just know that we all are here for you. You know, I'm sure the folks here on the panel have been in contact with individuals from PNG who just reach out to you and ask for help or guidance. And we want you to continue to do that, because we are here for you. All right. We love you to pieces. And we're just happy that you're here with us today. And you can see almost 2,000 affiliates are here. That's a lot of people. You don't get.
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything for them. All right, having 2,000 people show up to one of your OConnect webinars does not then equate to like $2,000 being placed in the pockets of the people in PNG, for example. Like, again, they want to see something happen here.
Webinars where you have 2,000 people, unless Ash Mafara is there, of course. But on a webinar without Ash, you don't often get 2,000 like here. So you can see the strong support that we all have for you and the love, and that will continue and never end. And we love you.
But you also made an ad for this that I showed at the beginning of the stream, and you don't always make ads for all of your webinars, so probably has to do with that too. I'm just saying. I don't know how the PNG people will be able to get paid when the quarterly fee is so high and they can only afford one computer. Yeah. Pretty much. Hello, Joe. Good to see you.
Lots of love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic. Now we're going to go to her.
See, but that's part of the problem too, though, right? It's like, okay, even if they get ONPASSIVE, who are they then selling it to? Right? It's like they're not going to be able to sell it to anybody except for the other people in their village, and then they're all just kind of using the same system. So I don't understand how any of that's going to equal to like everyone on their team getting money, you know?
Her better half. I don't think so. I think he's afraid to say that. But we're going to go to the Mad Hatter, Ron Gorman. Go ahead, Ron.
I know you didn't call me Ron, but that's okay. I was known as Ron back in the Rob Lynn Live days too, but that's okay. No, that's okay. I like the name Ron. What a thrill it is to see the amount of people that have gathered here tonight.
That was kind of a burn, huh? Called him by the wrong name.
At 11 p.m. versus 12, because back in the day, we, correct me if I'm wrong, Marty, we were on at midnight.
Yeah, you were. You guys did the midnight Bless planning sessions. I seem to remember, oftentimes with PNG. Yeah, that's not a flex. It's not the flex you think it is. I know you think that that's like some kind of flex. Like, look at how hard we work, but to me, it's the opposite. It's like, why are you doing webinars at midnight? Who has a corporate webinar with their business at midnight?
And that was a little tough for some of us to get there. But back in those days, there was 200 or maybe 160 or 170 people.
That's not what you were saying back in those days. Back in those days, you were claiming you were getting the same numbers you're getting now. So does that mean in a little while from now, you're going to tell us that you're not getting the numbers that you claim to be getting today? Oh, wow. What a surprise.
People that came to the webinars. Look at the support tonight. With my glasses, it's 1,800 people here now. 1,800. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. And that is a testament to you folks, to you ladies that are there with Daniel, to everyone else within the country. We have friends, and I won't go into the name thing, but who are from Papua New Guinea and live in Australia now. They're coming for you. They're coming to do some marvelous things for you. And it's good stuff. It's good stuff. This is totally a family, Papua New Guinea and everywhere else around the globe. We love you. I'm sorry we haven't done the webinars in a while. Exciting stuff back in the day when there was, what was it, a Zoom? I forget what we were on back then, but the picture faded in and out. David Bacal faded in and out. He'd have to go to another room. Look at this. Look how clear OConnect is with you guys.
Totally a family, just like the Mansons.
In Papua New Guinea. That is stupendous. Absolutely stupendous.
Oh,
and
we're
that's
doing the
a
clap.
testament to, and we're all in a wonderful place. And our plan is, I hope to come visit Papua New Guinea, and I'm gonna depend on you guys. Daniel, you're gonna have to give us a tour because I get lost very easily at my age. So we're gonna need a tour bus driver, or at least somebody that can show us the way. Good stuff. It's good to be here, And you have both Lynn's support. Lynn's been a supporter of yours from day one. And I remember sitting there after Friday Night Live, or after a webinar like in the 10, 11, 12 o'clock on a Saturday, about 11 o'clock. And then we did Papua New Guinea at midnight.
Oh my God.
And it was a struggle to get 160, 200 people, but this doesn't look like a struggle to me. I think, oh my goodness, I've been talking and it dropped to 1,500. So I'm going to finish up now and just say we
You probably did make them lose some viewers.
love you, Papua New Guinea. We stand with you, Papua New Guinea. We're one great family. We're one on passive. Thank you.
And by the way, Ashby Forrest sends his love. Okay, like I said, if he can't be here, he will be. I asked the OTech pros to come. They can talk to you. They know the IT part of it. I met these gentlemen. Oh my God, I don't know. I can't keep track of time, but I think 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and
Okay.
I figured they did a very important part because they can break down the IT part of it, but they've learned how to do it, dumb it down a little bit because they were scary at first. But I'm going to turn it over to Collins, and Collins, you give it to Bob or Oliver after you're done. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel like Collins knows anything really about IT. Whenever he talks, he says the most generic shit ever. Like, he sounds like if I was to explain IT to you guys. I feel like he doesn't come with any new information or any expertise. But again, if you didn't know technology at all, I guess you could fall for it and think that he's talking a big talk and teaching us all about it, you know?
Thank you, Maddie, for inviting.
Just listen to how he talks about it, because remember, this is supposed to be an IT talk.
Inviting us, just want to greet everyone, especially those from PNG. We really do miss you guys. Really.
Dude, she almost knows more than me now, my daughter. So maybe she's starting to teach me how to do things now on the computer. We've reached that point in life where now I'm like, Mommy doesn't know how to do this. And my daughter's like, oh, Mom, you just press this button and you do this and this and this. And I'm like, okay. Yep, no, Mommy's old. Mommy's old now.
I miss you guys. And honestly, when Maddie said,
maybe,
do you want to come? The first one we said, yes, we are coming. This is 4 a.m. No, 4:39, and I'm up because it's something so important, really down deep within us to help the PNG people. The most emotional webinar I've ever attended is with PNG. I remember when we attend, I was in tears.
Yes, I will say they do use PNG the most to emotionally manipulate people. I'm glad they like to admit it.
Yes, I came back and I said, wow, what a beautiful webinar. That was the first time tears ran down my eyes. Yupo brought tears in my eyes. And from that moment, I have the desire to really sit and help you. And the most beautiful questions and challenging questions I've ever received, especially with the OTech pros, is from PNG. When we are coming, we always prepare ourselves because they will hammer you with questions. This shows that they were like yearning for, they have that desire to understand their business, the business they are in, not only the monetary part of it, but to know what they are in. They are very smart people, really, really smart people in PNG. You speak and they listen, and they can really ask you technical questions. The first time I ever said, no, I don't know anything about this, was from PNG.
This is very bizarre. I don't like it. I'm not really sure what about his speech, is bothering me. But it's the way that they're talking about PNG as a group. And I know that he's technically giving them compliments, but there's something very condescending about it at the same time. Like they don't really need this. I feel like if I was living there and I was watching this, I would almost feel insulted. Like they're surprised that people in PNG have good hearts and are intelligent. Like that, of course. It's like everywhere where you would have people with good hearts that are intelligent. And then you probably got some dummies out there too, you know, like it's something about the way that they're glorifying them. It has the opposite effect for me. I don't know if it's just me. Tell me. Be like, Queen, you're being an idiot. What are you doing? This man is talking wonderfully and beautifully about this place. But it's just, it sits very wrong with me. Like the way that they all do it, but especially him here. It just reeks of like being condescending. I don't know. I don't like it.
Technical questions that I've never ever answered. I said, let me go and then wrap my head, think, and I'll come back the next day. All of us, we can testify that Lynn, Oliver, Bob, they are here. So this is really true about you guys. You guys are smart, and you guys, when we are with you, we feel connected. So I'm really glad.
And then I'm like watching Lynn a bit, and she's like making these like head movements and stuff. And the way that she's acting is like how somebody on stage would act when I took my daughter to a show when she was a toddler and they wanted to ensure that the children were staying engaged with the show, and they would like make big facial expressions and whatnot to kind of like back up the performers, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like it. Doesn't sit right with me. It's all very condescending.
To be here, and if there's anything you want us to do, we are ready to help. You know, I'm just grateful that Maddie brought up this again. Thank you.
And we do more clapping and they buffer.
This is your brother Bob from Bel Air. Hello, brother Maddie. Hello, fellow affiliates, founding members. It's also a distinct privilege to be here as well. I do share the same sentiments like my brother Collins just said. You know, for me, my emotional attachment with PNG came long before even we started coming to PNG to speak with them.
Like, are they going to also be doing a stream all about how they have emotional attachments to, like, the USA and Canada? They have an emotional attachment to Egypt because they just put their new office there. Like, you know, this is weird.
I remember when we had the O winners, there was a founder who came from PNG to our webinar. And I made a statement that I believe at the time, I said, I believe PNG is going to be the most impacted country by ONPASSIVE in 5 years. I said that then, and I still say it now. I also remember the story of the lady called Frida. I think it was Frida. Mr. Ash related that story to us. This lady, I think she struggled and sold fruits or something to come up with her money to buy her founding position. You know, that warmed our heart. I think PNG lies at the bottom of the heart of our founder. I think PNG is one of the countries that created that intention for Ash to do what he's doing to the world. So it's really great for us to come back, so that all of us together with the people of PNG, so we can all move forward together. And I pledge to you, PNG, that I'm here. In fact, I was just talking to my brother Oliver before coming on, that I wish we could go to PNG. Now, as soon as we have a little bit of money, I wish we could go to PNG as soon as possible so we can help as many people as possible. And if that is possible, that's something that I'm willing to do. Thank you, and it's good to see everyone. There are better days ahead, PNG. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're just
Yeah,
like
hi,
having
PNG.
random people up now to just come tell us how much PNG means to them.
Maddie, thank you for inviting us. Thank you, Bob, Collins, Lynn, Julie, Nira. I want to say PNG, in fact, it's also a privilege that with the OTEC Pros, we are here, and we've been with you guys all through the journey. You know, waking up midnight, like I was asleep already. Then I wake up. I say, hey, Maddie invited us here, so because of you guys, we are here, and it's, you know.
You didn't seem too happy about that, hey? Cool story, bro. I don't know what that was. He's like, I was sleeping. And then I woke up at 8. Marty being like, yo, we're meeting up with PNG at 11. So now here we are because of you guys. I don't know if that was a good thing.
It's a pleasure that we're here to join you and to carry this journey forward. And now is that the time has come that we need to reap what we've sowed. And PNG, we promise you that we'll always be by you, and we'll stand by you. And like my brother Bob said, that we discuss about it, and we'll look for a time also to come over. The OTEC Pros will come over to PNG for any assistance, humanitarian or whatever. We will be there to assist you guys, you know, financially, morally. You know, you guys are close to our heart.
See, like, but that's what I mean. Assist them financially, how? Because, I mean, technically, if you would all agree to donate part of your pay that's coming in right now to them, that could help them out a lot as a donation. But if you're talking about you're going to help them out financially with ONPASSIVE, I beg to differ. And if you don't believe me, you can go and check out Alonda's website where she'll show you what you're going to make out on ONPASSIVE. That won't do anything even for them. It's not enough because of how much you have to pay for the products. Remember, they can't make withdrawable, which I hate this fucking word, withdrawable. I like worst word ever. But this withdrawable money, unless they've also bought the product that they've sold. So they have to buy everything to use it in order to make money off of it, which is illegal, but we'll let the FTC come talk to you about that hopefully soon. There is no way for them to be able to make money because of also how much it costs for them. Any money that they make is pretty much going back into buying the products. Right.
And that is what we also know our CEO, Madi Digamo, PNG is something that is also close to their heart. And they will join them and to make you people be comfortable in anything. Any questions that you have, please try and make sure you reach out to us. We are there. And like I always say, we are fine. Look, PNG, we are fine. The journey was rough, but you have to understand that anything that comes good, it doesn't come that easy. You know, like Mr. Ashmufara said, you cannot put your hands in your pocket and climb the ladder. Yeah, we've been climbing the ladder and holding the steps and going up. Now we are at the top.
Did Ash say that? It sounds like something he would say.
If you look at our applications that ONPASSIVE has developed, look, we are at the top, and OConnect is that product that is leading the world in all video conferences. So we are fine. PNG, be ready, and the apples are coming. Thank you.
PNG, be ready, and the apples are coming. Thank you, he says. Oh, Lord. I have to talk to my husband for a second. I'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The Lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Tiny Dinger Condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Do you think women lie about being sexually assaulted? Do you use your community like a dating app but only date women in other countries but flirt with other women the entire time? Then leave that e-girlfriend for another woman with a My Little Pony fetish that ends up being a dude who's catfishing you for 6 years as a sexy woman? Do you then post lolly of bubbles in your Discord after making sexual cartoons involving minors and claim you are not a nunce? Do you think Onision is innocent? Then we have the brand for you. You won't need to make Sims characters out of your community members anymore and impregnate them in some weird fetish game, or date men who love My Little Pony and the Powerpuff Girls when you have Tiny Dinger Condoms. Heck, you won't even need to wank it to Faith Vickers and Ethan Ralph's porn anymore. Bet you'll soon make your own with that sexy woman or man, you know, the one who loves the Powerpuff Girls there. Just turn on the webcam and show that real live e-girl from OnlyFans, who I'm sure loves you just as much, that Tiny Dinger, and let her know that you use Tiny Dinger Condoms. The condoms that won't let your manliness hide when a man wants to come and do the anal slip and slide. Located at the CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, all of your local pharmacy brands, and hidden in your favorite streamer's nightstand, because don't worry, they're all the same. No more desperation with those condoms. Now, back to our video.
Yeah, it's back to the PNG live stream. Good news, I don't have to go anywhere until later. Okay. So, Scam Chan says that they're going to be getting rotten apples. They're waiting for apples. Yes. Thank you, Joe. Yes, go and check this out and try to make it so that you can become a millionaire with ONPASSIVE. It's very, very hard. Violet said, did they tell them, meaning did the people at ONPASSIVE tell the people at PNG at the beginning that it's going to be a journey, a long journey, and you are going to struggle for a long time, if not forever? No. And see, that's part of the problem here. To myself, and I bet you the recovering Hunbot would also agree with me, that if they had been honest from the beginning about what this was, what they were doing, how long it would possibly take, and they were honest about the actual mistakes that were going on, you know what I mean? And they were actually like transparent about the business, we wouldn't be as angry. It wouldn't be as big of an issue. It would still be an issue because there'd still be problems and we would be like, okay, come on. But at least it would be honest. There'd be some ethics that would be involved with that, like being honest with them when their problems do arise on why those problems are occurring, like with the problems with the merchant. Be completely transparent and honest and actually explain to everyone what to expect here. The biggest issue with this and all the other scams like it is that they don't give you the information to make an educated decision on if you'll be able to join something like this. Right? They keep promising you money by a certain time and then not providing it. If they had said, listen, it might be 5-6 years before we start making money in this thing, but this is what we're going to try to do, and hopefully this is when this happens, it would still be questionable, but at least then they would be being honest about it and be letting people know what's actually going on with this thing. I would have less of a problem, I would have less of a problem. I just used the calculator to show up most founders have no downline to millions. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good tool to use. But that's what I mean though, like for the people in PNG to actually be making money that would change their lives, I mean, it would be a very, very long road, wouldn't it?
Fantastic. I also want to introduce Minnow Miller. This lady popped onto the scene, and yes, she's a diamond in the rough. When I first met her, we had to put sunglasses on. I do want to clarify something. Bob Takusi actually said that statement to me. I remembered it after he said it. He might have said it to other people. He goes, there's about 10,000 Papua New Guinea people that are founders. No joke. And for a country that small, the impact is going to be amazing. And I have to believe the reason that is because God is smiling down on your country.
Oh, God, don't do this, Marty. Don't bring the faith manipulation into it.
You've taken enough already. It's time to change your lives. But I remember when Bob said it, I believe that 100%. I really, it's funny when he said it, I went, oh man, I was there when he said that. But I want to.
Marty, you're at like every webinar. I'm sure you were there when everyone said everything, okay?
I want you to say hello.
Yeah, 10,000 people that can't recruit. And this is what I mean. Like, who are they signing up? Like, they're already signed up. Okay, they're all on that first layer, right? We keep talking about this thing in layers because they claim they're not doing it like a pyramid or a normal MLM chart. They're doing it in lines. So you have Ash at the top, right? With all of the O founders in a line underneath, and all of them are already on that line. Okay? So who are they signing up? And how is this going to work?
To Minnow Miller. I met her, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 months ago. She's a giving person. Like I said, the biggest leaders in ONPASSIVE are the biggest servants. She is always out helping somebody else, lifting somebody up above herself. So, Minnow, if you'd like to say hello to my extended family in Papua New Guinea, who is now your extended family, that would be really nice.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. It's a privilege to be here. It's my first time at PNG webinar. I'm glad that I'm here with you. My question is that please stay engaged with the back office. Please follow as many webinars and YouTube live.
Chris says, hey, there's this app you can pay to use when you have a solid connection to the internet. Not that you can get a solid connection here, but when you do, you can pay to use this app. It's better than Zoom. Never mind that you don't already use Zoom. Never have needed Zoom before. Would never need Zoom ever. But we have one that's better than that you can buy. You just gotta find a connection to the internet first. I know you have to walk like 20 miles on a dirt road to get there, but if you wouldn't all mind getting together so that we can do a webinar with you, that would be excellent.
As you can, and you can reach us through messengers and Facebook. Also, every Sunday we have.
What about ONET? Why are we reaching people through Messenger and Facebook instead of ONET and OMail? Huh?
Have Heroes webinar that are experts, OTech Pro, that are there to answer any questions. That way you will stay connected with actual fact. And of course, you know how to get a hold of Robin and all the super leaders. Please stay engaged. I also have a message to read to you from Bill Must. I don't know if you remember Bill Must.
Do you guys remember Bill Must? It's only been like 6 hours since he uploaded a video. Don't forget about Bill Must, guys. I have a message here from him. Yep, here we go.
He wants you to know that he wants to say hello, and he wants you to know Bill Must loves you, Papa.
Is that it? Just hello? Yes, and I have this message from Bill Must here. You remember Bill Must, right? Yeah, he makes all those productions. He's basically our whole O Media. Anyway, he says hi. Yeah, that was the big message. And he loves you, PNG. I had to write it down in case I forgot. It was pretty complicated. Is Bill the guy that makes the worst graphics and videos? Oh yeah, I remember him, right? Smash the like button or Ash will hack your bank account and steal your money right now. Everybody.
New Guinea population. Thank you.
That was it. That was it. Just hot. Bill Must says hi, and he loves you. That was very, very important that she deliver that message.
Bill's the most popular unseen man on the planet. I see Eric.
He is the most popular unseen man on the planet. It's funny that you should mention that, Marty.
Kessler's here. Eric has been around a long, long time. I know he's been in Papua New Guinea. Eric, I drugged you on here without asking, but that's what I do. If you'd like to say a few words, that would be fantastic. You can kill me later.
Now he's just making people talk.
Oh, maybe he's going to kill me now.
If I was in PNG, I would honestly be so awkward right now. I'd be like, why are they just taking turns telling us how cool we are? This is very weird.
Anyway, if your camera comes on, Eric, I'll turn it over to you. But what I want to emphasize to everybody in Papua New Guinea, this train has left the station. Mr. Mupar is tying up loose ends. You're going to start seeing, you're going to start reaping the rewards. Everybody, okay? So keep everything open. If you need to go to anybody to get information or whatever, get together and we'll try to do this again maybe twice a month. It's hard for me to do it every week, but we'll come back twice a month. Same people, we'll add a couple people here and there. Hopefully we could get more people from Papua New Guinea on here. I really wanted to see Nancy, but remember, things are moving forward and you were not left behind. You were not forgotten. And this is why we're here to let you know we love you. It doesn't matter who you follow, what they did or what somebody else is doing. Don't worry about this. This is about you. ONPASSIVE lifts you up above themselves. And you're going to be, listen, governments can't help you.
That was weird.
ONPASSIVE can help you. I mean that. And
Listen, governments cannot help you, but ONPASSIVE can help you. That's a weird thing to say, Marty.
Daniel, if you have something to say, I'd love to hear it. You're a wonderful human being and a great leader. Always have been.
God, Lynn, stop fucking clapping like a seal.
Thanks, Marty.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Marty. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Before I speak, I'd like to express my appreciation and gratitude for the wonderful work that so many of you have done. I didn't write any notes, but I'll try to remember. Julian Milo So, Roblin, Matla, Johnson, Redfern, dear Amen.
The connection.
Prince Mana, also comfort, empowerment, and Collins, Andy Burks with this digital blueprint. All those webinars have an impact on us in Papua New Guinea, especially myself, because
they don't even have the internet connection to use the fucking O-Connect. But you sold it to them. You've sold this to them. They have bought this for money. And like, he can't even do a fucking webinar on it. Right?
The situation here on the ground here is very difficult. So the only way we can get the right information across is some of us must make sacrifices to attend those webinars and get educated. And that's how I developed my...
Hey, this is the latest PNG webinar, I guess we'll call it. It was their last PNG webinar that they did, which I was warned that it was a huge PNG cringe love fest, but I don't think the warning that I got was fair enough. It's quite cringe.
My knowledge, my information about ONPASSIVE. So I have these women at the back. They are part of my organization. Around 70 of them, but I think it's only 20 here this afternoon. So I really acknowledge what all of you have done to continuously provide educational webinars for us to educate ourselves, to stay updated. And I really appreciate all of you who spoke this tonight, this afternoon in PNG time. And the mothers are very inspired by all you have said. Thank you very much for your time and effort in coming here. OTEC Pro, you've done a wonderful job. Some of us are no IT, but now they think that we are an IT specialist because of you. We have a way of talking and helping people. They think that we are also IT people, but I said, no, I'm not. The ONPASSIVE is the one that molded me to speak that way. So thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for the mothers here. You have inspired them. Later, if somebody can explain further or just to motivate them, because I told them in the part of our journey, because they are not tech savvy, I told them everything for you. You want to crawl, you can crawl. You want to walk, you walk. If you want to run or fly, you can do that. So I want that to be explained to the mothers. Everything is done for you. Some mothers at the back here, they never use a touch phone. So I'm helping them those things.
Oh yeah, the Papua New Guinea team is actually one of their largest teams. Yeah, they've probably signed up the most people in PNG out of any country. Like anywhere. I would argue that that's where they've signed up the most people.
That's not one.
And as you can see, they don't even have the ability to use the products, let alone, as we keep saying, who are they selling these products to? Like, each other? They're already there.
The next thing is
I also enjoy, by the way, how not one of them are letting him know that he's buffering and that we can't make out a lot of what he's saying. Because, you know, they care about them so much and what they have to say that when it's buffering and we can't make any sense out of it, why not just let them keep talking? Right?
You see, why I don't today because of the election. For me, usually I'm very stable. I came in the I'm still here. And it is very true because I said you must upgrade your device. And the one thing at the moment, I found out it's very laptop and the connection between overnight is very clear, the videos, there's no disturbance. You see, we are still here, we are still connected. The video is very clear, so I would encourage.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The cringe. How come none of you had the heart to let him know that his video is not clear at all and that your product doesn't work where he lives? It's so sad to watch this and then have him saying, oh, and look it, this product is so great. The video's clear. Well, he's literally like buffering, roboting, and like freezing every 2 seconds.
Our PNG founders, and that is the way to go. We must upgrade. That's what S told us. Upgrade your devices. So I'm still connected. There's no disconnection here. The only thing I'd like to bring here is that, you know, when we started,
nobody's gonna tell him. Not one of you are gonna. Okay.
I got around 3,000 megabyte. There's 3 gig of data. So it all consumed. It was finished. So
yeah, it's 3G, sweetie. We're at 5G. I'm using 5G. Like that.
I have to switch again to another network because I load another network with 5 gig. So all in all, I've got 8 gig altogether for us to attend this webinar without any interruptions. I don't know any reason behind that. Is it the internet service provider here, or is it because the OConnect is a very huge platform? Data consumption is very high. But
yeah, data. That's the other thing, is that these guys are streaming this with data, right? Like on their cell phones. Yeah. That might also get a bit pricey.
Like I said, I'm now on the 5 gig now. The 3 gig is already finished. So that maybe Collins can explain later on. But otherwise, we are positive. Thank you very much for creating this webinar. And we are going forward. There's no place to go. ONPASSIVE is the way. It's a solution. And we are here to stay. We will continue with the journey until things happen for us. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your time. Thank you, Narelle as well, Australia, Julie Wayne, and everybody around the globe. Thank you, Chris Johnson, everybody, Bob, Collins, and Oliver, and our friend Vincent.
Oh yeah, the bandwidth that OConnect uses is ridiculous.
And it is not here. Thank you.
Julie, I want to say something, if it's possible.
Yes, I have Nancy. It's on the phone, and she would like to say something, Marty, if that's okay.
Yes, I do quite often. There have been several times that me and the recovering Hunbot have cried together after streams. And there's been several times where I've cried just alone here by myself. But if getting emotional made me stop, then neither one of us would be speaking out about this thing right now, and then really nobody would be. So kind of got it.
Yeah, I can hear her now.
You
yeah,
can hear her? Okay.
Just gotta wipe those tears away and then go and meme them a bit and have a laugh and then get right back to her.
Go ahead, Nancy.
Okay, thank you, Julie. Hi, Marty and Chris and all you guys there. I can't see anybody, but I know you all are there. And I'm so thankful that you all respond.
Again, why are we doing Julie's like share screen with her on Messenger instead of her coming onto OConnect? That seems like weird.
To our request and come to get us all back on the same page. get us focused, because if we deviate from our vision, we can never have a future.
It's not that they want to get scammed. It's that this thing is not only a scam, unfortunately, it's also grown very much into a cult of personality around Ash. And because of that, they have a lot of people in it that are have a cult mentality. So it's hard to leave. Even if they see the signs and realize it's a scam, it can still be hard to leave.
A vision drives us to that future. And we thank God that He has given us vision. And ONPASSIVE also has a vision. And now it's keeping us focused. So I want to thank all of you for coming, and especially to host this webinar for our Papua New Guinean founders, because I've seen that we have kind of laid back, shied away. Some of us are, in doubt. Others have lost all their login credentials and all this stuff, and wanting to know what's happening, what's going on. But again, it's individuals' responsibility. But I want to thank you guys for listening and hearing us. As always, you guys have been from day one helping.
Like I said, a lot of the complaints over the last couple months have been from Papua New Guinea. Since the most people probably out of anywhere sign up in this place, they're also the people that have the most complaints. Arguably, they're the people that are in most need of the money that this thing has promised them as well. So with all of that kind of together, allegedly, they've been a little bit vocal over the past little while here, since, the OConnect's been getting extended and their payments haven't come in. And that's kind of what she's talking about. And I know that she says, oh, well, it's people's responsibility to keep up with their login credentials and whatnot. But this is like the only place that doesn't have a way for you to retrieve your account if you forget your password. So, they could figure that one out. Hello, Takara. Good to see you.
Us all throughout, and I just want to say thank you. I'm actually walking around trying to get the right signal to connect with you all here.
And that's weird.
I want to say thank you, first of all, to that, for your response to us. Thank you. You are taking us back and putting us on a right alignment, because right now we can't afford to be swaying to and fro, going here, going there, jumping to all kinds of trees. There's so many trees out there, but there is only one tree that has life. So we have to get back to the tree that has life, and we have to get the fruit from that tree. And we know that tree is ONPASSIVE. So I want to thank you and all of you for that, for coming and supporting us still. I want to say something to all of us this afternoon, is that as for me, I was looking at ONPASSIVE. Yeah, there were some things that looked shiny on the outside, and I wanted to try and step in and see how it goes and how it looks. And I did try, and I see that it's not gonna help me in the long run. It's not gonna benefit my vision. It's not gonna help me get to that finishing line. So I went in, I saw it, I say hi, how are you? And then I said goodbye and I left. And then I continued on with, because right now I'm really busy traveling and all this stuff, with God's work and all this stuff. So, but over the months and last year coming forward, I begin to see that ONPASSIVE, when we joined ONPASSIVE, we were thinking like, wow, I came in 2020. So we were told that, okay, it's going to launch now. And then we kept coming because it got upgraded. It got, invented new things, new ideas, new technologies. new things begin to come on board. So you cannot go and launch a business right away when you have new things coming in, right?
But why are you putting, wait a minute, but why would you be adding in new things if you after you promised that you were going to launch your business or to stop the launch of your business? Why did you not plan your business and plan all of this stuff before you just went ahead and did shit? All right, sometimes the mental gymnastics that you guys go through in order to make it so that you don't have to blame Ash for the mistakes that he's made with this thing is exhausting. Okay? I feel like I just did 10 triple axles and I'm exhausted. Just stop it. It's too much excuses. You can't be like, oh, in 2020 they promised it was going to launch, but then there was a whole bunch of new stuff added. And you can't launch when there's a bunch of new stuff added. It's like, okay, but whose idea was it to add this shit? Okay? And whose idea was it to announce a launch to everyone and then add a bunch of new shit? Like, it's still on Ash at the end of the day to do what he says. Hold him accountable just one time. And it sucks because I feel like PNG was starting to hold this man accountable and they were kind of like swaying from this. And they were kind of like, yeah, we got a lot of questions. Why does this keep extending? Why are we not getting paid like we promised? Why do we feel like we're being left behind? What the hell? And then, so they designed this whole webinar to like suck them back in. And I'm like, no, the people in PNG should just stay away. Be like, give me my $97 back or my $137, which it probably cost instead. And let me fucking go on my way.
You have to sit down on that. You have to think upon that. You have to strategize. And then you put everything back into alignment with the vision and see how the company is going to go. So that was, for me, that's how I perceive ONPASSIVE was doing. And till now, I am so grateful to ONPASSIVE that it did not launch in 2020. Why? Simply because now looking back, I see that ONPASSIVE was building muscles. It was building.
Thank you for being a member for 34 months, Joe. Joe said adding new shit is the thing he can do because the old shit doesn't work. Right? It's the same with like this extension and them like adding new features on. I feel like those features would have been added on eventually no matter what. And this is again just an excuse for them to release OConnect again. Just because of the fact that the old one isn't working. It's like fucking up all the time. But then also the fact that he can't pay them out yet. So it's like he has to. So he even when he does release new shit, it's maybe something in a pretty package, but it is really just a bunch of shit on the inside, you know? This is sounding like Duke Nukem Forever, only less of a dumpster fire. Pretty much.
Strength. It was building speed, capacity.
ONPASSIVE doesn't do easy. I feel like they look for the hardest way. And it's like, sometimes I feel like Ash literally looks for the worst way to do it. Like, he's like, there's a zillion ways I could do this one thing that I want to do. But what would be the hardest, most complicated way that I could do this? We're going to go with that way instead. Just cuz. It's like, Jesus fuck. He can't do anything at any turn correctly or easily.
It was building right perception of where we should be going.
But see, again, if Ash had come out here and he was honest from the get-go and he was like, listen, I really want to make a tech company, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I know that I need some financing for it, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So we're all just going to kind of go on a journey and you guys are going to like donate money to me when I need it, and then we're going to try to like figure out this tech, it would have still been a lot better than what he's actually done. Because at least then you would have had an idea of this being a long game from the beginning. You wouldn't have all these like constant promises being broken and like these deadlines not being met, because hopefully he would have just been honest about everything. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't just a case of a guy that really wanted to change the world and he just didn't really have the knowledge to do so or the resources to do so. He could have done this correctly from the beginning. Now, a lot of people out there in the anti-MLM community would argue that there is no correct way to run an MLM. And I agree. They're all scams. But at the same time, this is definitely the wrong way to go about starting one. So we've learned that exists. So, you know, in comparison to any of the other MLMs and how they started, you know, I mean, you could argue that you could have at least started this a lot better. You know, there was a way to do this as legitimately as an MLM could have been started. And I feel like Ash really never meant to pay out here or even come up with the products. And it's like the more that we go through this, the more I feel like that. Because then the longer it's been that this has been going on for, and then it appears like the less has been done. You know what I mean? Like when we were only going for 2 or 3 years and not a lot was done, it was kind of like, well, yeah, of course, it's only been going for like 2 years. But now we're at the point where we're going on to year 6 soon, and still nothing has been done. So it's like getting quite obvious that I don't think he had a plan to execute anything here until the SEC lawsuit was on his desk. And then it became oh shit, what do I do now to try to legitimize this? Which is also why I think Ash is allegedly, according to him, his own words, having meetings with lawyers right now to figure out how to find loopholes in this business that he can use to legitimize and legalize it. Because, like, on every single step, it's pretty much illegal, and he's fucked it up and not gone about it in the right way. So now they're kind of sitting there going, shit, now how do we fix this problem so that I don't get sued for $108 million or more and have to give all these people their money back? And that's basically what they're trying to figure out now. And like I said, it just comes more and more apparent the longer it goes. 5 years of building muscles. Yes. You know, the prosperity gospel on passive is the opposite of it. It's the no prosperity gospel.
I'm beginning to
the broke gospel.
See more clearly now that ONPASSIVE is driven by a vision that is bigger than just starting tomorrow and get some apples. I mean, apples, you're going to get it and you're going to eat apples and you're going to, you know, we're going to go straight to the toilet and everything goes back into the ground. But we want to see something that will...
Okay, that was a little bit descriptive. We didn't need all that, but thank you.
Go towards the future for a future generation. So when I started seeing ONPASSIVE building and coming into partnership with...
The people in ONPASSIVE really do think that their shit doesn't stink. Apparently they shit gold.
Giant companies in the world. To me, this is like, that's it. So I don't really care if ONPASSIVE doesn't launch, we don't get a commission tomorrow. It doesn't matter because what it's building is not for tomorrow. It's for generation. It is for...
Okay, so would you be okay, hypothetical question to this person and the rest of the O founders, would you be okay if Ash came out and announced that this generation that is alive right now and joining ONPASSIVE is not going to get paid. And the people that might get paid are actually going to be your children and your grandchildren's generation. Would you still be in it to win it? Or would that change things?
Legacy. It is for tomorrow's generation, a new generation that's going to rise up. But those of us who have come in now, we become the bridging people. We bridge the now and the tomorrow. And we're trying to compact everything together now in our present generation so that tomorrow people, they don't have to jump here and there to all kinds of shiny things and shiny objects, right? Because the tomorrow is clear, it's certain, it's fulfilling, it is satisfying. They don't have to do the mistakes that we have done. So I'm so grateful to ONPASSIVE that when I see ONPASSIVE having partnership with this big
They really are acting like this is the very first ever AI tech company that's ever existed in the history of the world. The way that she's talking here, it's like, thank God Ash came out here and learned all these crazy lessons about how to start a tech business. I mean, now the future generations won't have to make all the same mistakes Ash did. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, if only there were people before him. Damn it, huh?
Big world companies, and I mean renowned companies in the world. I'm so grateful because I cannot do this. Papua New Guinea, we cannot do what ONPASSIVE is doing, but we can only be grateful and be thankful that we have come into a company that is not wanting to pay us right now, but building capacity, building economic strength and power. You know,
that would be it for me. The second that I heard not wanting to pay us right now, I'd be like, all right, I'm out. I need to pay bills. I'm sorry.
In order to empower us for the long haul. However, as long as the Lord doesn't come back and if we're still here. So I want us Papua New Guineans to appreciate this webinar, that this webinar is to get us back. If you have fallen away and you've gone off guard, I want you to take up your guard. Be on guard. Come back, guard your heart.
Yeah, and she even said they don't want to pay us now. It wasn't even just about like they don't have the payments to us now, like they don't want to pay us now. And I'm like, is that some self-awareness? Are you realizing?
It flows the issues of life. So there's so many things, you see, if we're not careful, we can be deceived with all sorts of things that are going around us. But when you come back and you look at ONPASSIVE, it's God.
That's for Julie to cry. Anyone? I don't think she will cry today. This stream's way too condescending. Although I did feel very bad for Julie the first few times that I saw her cry, especially the one time where she was very, very upset about her family members reaching out to her and telling her that it was a scam that she needed to get out of. That one made me very, very upset. And I don't want to see her go through that again. And I hope that she just listens to them and leaves next time.
You in its vision. Remember, not only in the heart, because we know that heart can be deceitful above all things else. But ONPASSIVE has you in its vision, the thing that drives ONPASSIVE to do what it's doing right now. So if you are part in the vision, you know you can never go wrong. Because people
Violet says, doesn't she only cry when Ash is on? I mean, yeah, technically, yeah. I'm not sure how many positions Julie had, but she did have a whole bunch. She did have a whole bunch at one point. I couldn't give you a number. But I do believe that she still has more than one. And same with like Michael Williams' AIM and all, like, what was it, 210 accounts he opened at one point. That was like right at the beginning too. He had like, it was 210 or something. It was in the 200s. Okay, it was literally in the 200s, and it was quite a lot. And I believe that he would still have all of those. And I'm not sure how, like, I still have so many questions about how they would turn that into a profitable account, right? And like, did they manage to make it so that they could open more than one account in their names? And how is the KYC going to mess with that going forward? Right? Because technically the KYC, the know your customer, is supposed to stop you from being able to open up all of these different accounts. But I'm sure there's a way that you could, especially if they open up their own KYC and verify, that you would then be able to give people permission to have more than one account at your place, right? So is Ash planning on doing that? Like, what is going on with all that? But this is all information that we wouldn't be able to ask him, and I doubt he would answer even if we could. Like, at all. You know? I would expect she's doing a couple of positions quite professional. She's a wildcat. Not as wild as Sherry, though.
Vision, they perish. People without vision. If ONPASSIVE doesn't have a vision, it stops a long time ago. It will pay us long time ago, and maybe now we'll be like an MLM business. But it's not. You see, vision defines everything, and vision defines who we are. And vision drives the man who is behind this thing. Our faithful, humble.
What's humble about that?
With a big heart, Mr. Ash Mufarah.
That's the one word I would not use to describe Ash, as humble. Because he literally makes wisecracks about how people like praise him and love him and stuff. And humble's not the word.
To keep us keep calling out to us. Buy into the vision. Don't buy into the money, the apples. No. Don't buy into the technology. No. Because we all in Papua New Guinea, we don't know much about technology. But if you can buy into.
Yeah, but isn't that a problem? Like, it's a tech company. But now we're not about the tech and we're not about the money. So we're just about helping people. But then you're not really helping anyone right now either. If I were you, I would use the technology more.
The vision will provide for you. The vision will show you the way to go. The vision will give you clarity. That's why in the midst of shaking.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Machenda says, when will Michael's AIM machine start to work? It does not seem that automated to me, because AIM actually stands for Automatic Internet Millionaire, which is what he claims to be. He's Michael Williams' automatic internet millionaire that just has yet to turn into an internet millionaire automatically, I guess. I'm not really sure. Finally, somebody said it. We don't know much about technology. And that's the thing. It's like, you have an entire group of people that signed up for a tech company that don't know much about technology. Like, that, you would think that would be somewhat of a red flag. Like, why would you then sign up for this thing? So, was the tech part just a way for Ash to, like, get people interested? And then he was going to be like, surprise, it's not about technology or apples at all. We're actually here to save the world. Like, that's what I'm always thinking of. I'm like, well, what was the plan here? And then everyone would just be like, oh, good, thank God we have Oblast. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird. It's such a weird way to build a company. It's like, this is what I mean. He does it wrong at every single step. It's like, one of the first things that you figure out is, who is your targeted customer base, your target audience? Like, who are you speaking to? If you're running a tech company, probably people that want to get into the tech industry. You know, people that know technology, that want to join on with some new tech. Like, you would think that that would be who you would then be signing up. But instead, no, we go to Papua New Guinea, where, like, nobody there really knows much about technology. and nobody there really uses it. So it's like, okay, well, what the hell would they need ONPASSIVE for then? Like, they don't really need it. You know, we should have taken that slow. It's like they could have done a humanitarianism project for the people of Papua New Guinea without getting them all to pay $137 to sign on for a pyramid scheme. Right? Like, that would have been a great thing to do. You could have just opened up a fucking organization dedicated to saving the world. There's all kinds of them. All kinds of agencies and organizations like that. Like, why did you have to come up with a tech company and some random products to get people together to try to save the people of Papua New Guinea? Like, it just sounds ridiculous.
In the midst of delay, in the midst of still trying to make things happen for us, we know there's a vision, so we stay true to that path. Okay, we may cross path a little bit, but we know that no, where I'm going is not right. Where I'm heading to is not right. I better get back. Stay in the vision. Stay in the dream. A dream doesn't die. Men can die and go, but the dream doesn't die. It lives on in the next generation. When we pick it up right, we can continue on the vision and on the dream that the man has left and gone. So I'm thankful that ONPASSIVE.
Yeah, but what is the dream? So then the dream is to just save the people of Papua New Guinea? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the dream then? To save the world? We're saving all of humanity? Okay, but why did we have to invent an entire OConnect platform in order to do that? This is so weird. Coming soon, Ash sells ice to the North Pole, right? Right? It's a diverse group, so I don't want to overgeneralize, Alb says, after he insults me for living in Canada. But by and large, they were looking for a lot of money, and they wanted it quick and easy. And do you know what? Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what was promised to them. The promise for the people of Papua New Guinea was always generational wealth. That's kind of where the generational wealth thing came from, if you want me to be honest with you. I gotta be honest, like, people in Canada, the US, Australia, like, we don't really do the generational wealth thing as much. Like, that's not really a thing for us as much here. People in, like, South Africa, Papua New Guinea, places like that, generational wealth is a bigger deal. And they often live in generational homes where there's 2 or 3 generations living under one roof and they all make the money for that, you know, that kind of thing. And so it's a bigger thing there. And it's a bigger selling point there. If you were to use that here in Canada, it might not work as much. But out there, that's a big thing for them to be able to bring generational wealth and stability to their family. That's like probably the only thing that they're really missing in their lives. So, I mean, they got community, they got family, they got love, they got, like, pretty much everything else. They just need the money. So, yeah. And that's why I'm saying, I think that's why they were also the most vocal over the last couple months with all of this shit going on, with the OConnect being extended and the traffic not being allocated on January 16th like it was supposed to, and them not getting paid. It's because they're like, this is kind of why we came here, was for the fucking apples. And now we're not getting the apples. And I think a lot of them were about to jump ship. And just as that's all going on, Ash also did that lovely little speech where he basically told everybody to go fuck themselves, which didn't exactly help, right? I mean, it just doesn't look good. So I think a lot of them were kind of getting ready to go, you know? As I always say, all these ONPASSIVE single women should drop these webinars and go get laid. They need to snap out of this scam. Yeah, a few of them you gotta wonder about, like Susie. I'm like, you're here for Ash.
Yes.
I mean, I want a lot of money, fast and easy. throw in women and drugs too while we're at it, but I'm not dumb enough to think that some drooling, babbling idiot is going to give it to me for $97. And I don't think they were either. I believe that most of the people that signed up in Papua New Guinea, it was because of a couple in their community that was very well respected ended up signing up. And like I said out there, their community is everything. So if one person in their community does something like this and says it's trustworthy, the other people don't really question it. They just kind of say, okay, well, if you're doing it, yeah, let's all get in. And I think that's how they got so many people so quickly signed up there. It wasn't trust for Ash, right? It only took 2 people in that whole place to put their trust in Ash. The other, like 99,000 people there that probably signed up. I don't know how many they say signed up. It changes every time. I think this stream, they said they had 10,000, whatever. But the other however many, they all just trusted in those 2 people. And it's like once you get like enough people in a community like that it's like a pandemic. It just fucking spreads. Guys, you obviously all misunderstood ONPASSIVE. It was all about the experience and the friends we made along the way, not the apples, right? Right? Buying a product you never needed seems to be corrupted to me. It is. It's very unethical to sell people something that they don't need just to get their money and their loyalty into your, I guess, your humanitarianism project. I don't know what to call it. There's about 30,000 founders left in total. Yeah. Yeah, they said 10.
It's a big jump for us, Papua New Guinea. A very, very big.
I don't know if that number's true or not. That's just, I believe that's the number that they gave in this stream. They said they had 10,000 people signed up, which is pretty much the whole place. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's not good.
Big jump. Like we don't, so many things that we are thinking about traffic, and we are thinking about, okay, our people are not paying for their OConnect subscription, and there's a lot of worries and all this. And one question that kept coming up, and I'd like for
30,000 founders over the entire world. Mm-hmm. Possibly. I mean, it's really hard to know because you would have to go. I think that you could probably go by how many views they get with these webinars, roughly. Now, remember, the SEC said there was 800,000. But again, I'm not sure if that's people or accounts. Right? That's the other thing with that.
For you guys to help us answer it, and maybe
like we said, there's like this whole period where we can't even figure out how many people are in this thing because they went by account numbers. And when you have people like Michael Williams signing up 210 accounts, it becomes impossible. I can tell you that I really don't think that they've had the millions signing up like they've claimed that they've had over the last little bit. And I highly doubt that they have even one of the businesses interested how they say that they do. You know?
Give peace to our mind is once the company starts driving traffic to those who have activated their OConnect accounts. Once traffic is driven to them, and those who haven't activated their OConnect, will they be able to activate it in the near future? I don't know. Just give us, maybe I know the answer, but I don't want to say it because I want you guys to help us, Marty, Julie, Chris, you help us and give peace, because some people right now have not subscribed to OConnect yet. So just help us set our minds, give us peace. And so but my point here is that I want all of us Papua New Guineans to come back, organize yourself.
No, and also the turnout on the webinars and the blogs and all that stuff has not like improved at all. Like it's pretty much the same as it's always been. There hasn't been any big influx of like a whole bunch of new people coming or anything. Like they're claiming that the last month or so, all of a sudden they've had all these millions of new people come and they have all these businesses that have shown up interested. Yeah, no, the numbers are pretty steady. Like they're the same as they were like 3-4 months ago. I'm not seeing them rise. So I don't know where all these alleged people are coming from. They must be locked in the basement along with the traffic that they were going to allocate. I really don't know.
Find some money. If you have 2-3 accounts, at least you activate one primary account first. Others, like I have 10 accounts.
Oh yeah, you got to be awake to get through the Roblin lives. Yeah, they can be pretty dry. You got to be in a mood. They're the ones that I put on when I'm like doing other things around the house.
Deactivate my current main account. The other ones, I said when I get some breakthrough, then I'll sort them all out. So at least one account you can get on board, get it on. Put yourself in there that you don't want to miss the first traffic, because we've come a long way and now the company is ready to reward us. And so don't miss the reward. Those who are faithful will be rewarded. So don't be the one that will miss the reward. So be that faithful one that can receive the reward and be excited from the very start.
Guys, do remember it's like going on midnight. It might even be past midnight when they're live. I know we're being really mean to Julie right now. Julie's probably exhausted. She's probably been in webinars all day long, non-stop, and then she gets told that 11 she has to show up to help kiss PNG's ass. And she's just over it. She does look like she's over it. She's like ready to turn this thing off and go to bed.
So that's all I wanted to say this afternoon. I'm sorry the network is not working okay, but thank you, Julie, for helping me to speak my peace of mind this afternoon. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Nancy. And I wanted to address the questions that you have to what we understand. We all have until September 2024 to activate our account. But we always encouraging everyone, if you have a founder's position and if you want to change that position.
Yeah, so don't listen to the people that said that it was by January 16th, okay?
Into a business.
You have until September. Lots of time.
Business, and you have the affordability to do that, then we encourage you to activate the position that you have and turn that into business as soon as you can. So if anyone here would like to add more, please do. And I know that Robin would like to say something also. Robin?
I would very much.
I believe it's set up for September because, as usual, in September, something is promised to them by Christmas. And they're probably going to get told that they're going to get paid by Christmas, because I doubt they're going to get paid before then. And we're going to go through this all over again. All over again. There's a sad story with most founders. With Julie, I think about the time she could have spent with her kids and the realtor job she could have earned real money from. Yeah. Yep, January 16th is when they were supposed to empty the holding tank. Yeah, and I believe it was Red. Was it Red? That said that if you weren't signed up by January 16th with the O Connect and everything, then you weren't going to get in on the very first payment. And then it came out that it was actually by September that you have to sign up for, which then makes me believe that they're not planning on paying people until at least September, right? Like, why would they? You know? If they're giving you until September, technically they're not going to be paying out probably until September. Right? So that's what that's what was allegedly supposed to be happening. And I do think it was September on purpose, because they usually start promising some new product around that time for December to repeat the cycle, because it won't happen by September probably either.
Something I was going to bring up as well, that we are working together in all of this, and we do need to work together. And that means that we also need to help each other. That means helping each other to purchase. If you are a family, if you are a community, if you are a village, if you are friends, and you don't have money for each of your own accounts, you can pool that money together, get one account started. And from that, you will start to get everything that we are talking about. And from that, you start to pay it out to help activate and bring the other products and the other accounts to be active as well. We need to do this together. We were given the time frame of start to put pennies and monies and apples aside to pay for this. Life also happens. We understand that. But now is the time to pull together, and we have the opportunity. Yes, it is our individual responsibility to be responsible for our own accounts, know what our passwords are, know what our ID is, know what our emails are. But it is also the responsibility of those people who brought all these others into the company to help them and to be there to assist them. And it doesn't matter what has happened
Seems like an interesting talk we're having.
Between then and now, we all step forward to help each other. It may not be everybody's account that gets started at the same time, but everybody will have that opportunity if one of them is started in each grouping of a family, of a village.
Kanani says, so this buy Robin makes me think that PNG cannot afford it each individually, so they are going to lose PNG, and that is what this kiss-ass session is about. Partially. It's a mix of that. It's a mix of them being very vocal about wanting their apples and not liking everything going on. I just find it interesting that she says, like, almost like open up a group account, get one started that you all like pay in on, and then that will like help you out. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like it would work in theory, but it really wouldn't work now, would it? Because then the payout is also being split between all of those people. You know?
Of a community, of a church group. So don't abdicate, don't give away your responsibility. Don't say you cannot do it. Don't get stuck. Mamas and aunties and ladies of the villages, these are your businesses. Keep the men honest. Make them help you and make them be accountable for what these positions are.
That was weird. That was a weird sexist way of putting that. I don't know why. I just didn't like it.
You know how to run businesses. You've been doing it forever and ever. So help them learn how to do this properly and help each other, help your sisters, help your aunties. Children, help your parents, grandparents, elders, help advise the younger ones. You are the prime example to the rest of the world of what community and what people can do when they live together, when they work together. You have so many things that you have overcome in the country. You can do this now with this beautiful, beautiful position of activation and ONPASSIVE. Start earning the commissions, start sharing those commissions and paying each other back for those who help each other so that we can all benefit and you all benefit. Remember, Ash said we could not move forward.
But again, then they would have to have those apples coming in. So if it's not about the apples, then what are we waiting for?
Forward until we could all get the monies and commissions together. The other thing too is you can only move as fast as the slowest person in
that. Where are we going with this, Robin?
Any chain and any activity that's going on.
Oh, weird.
We are not leaving anybody behind. Prove it, PNG. Step up, show the world what you can do. You've overcome so much already. Come back stronger. Come back knowing that you've got the positions. And as Julie,
she didn't say prove it. prove that we're leaving you behind. We're not leaving you behind. Prove we're leaving you behind, PNG. Yeah, with your pretty dresses on. Yeah, if you don't prove it, then we're going to get Chris to plant you in his garden. Yeah.
He said,
weird.
yes, you've got until September, August 31st of 2024 to purchase it to activate, but you don't need to wait until then, and you will not miss out on getting customers because there will be more rotation in customer distributions as we start and as we get bigger. More customers are joining us through the marketing plans of ONPASSIVE. Sorry, I've got to go. Love you all. Bye-bye.
She had to go to one of her cancer treatments, probably.
Fantastic. I couldn't find the mute button.
I was like, what's going on? What's with the big pause, huh? You know? Yeah, we're not leaving you behind equals pay your fucking packages. Right? Right?
Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Like I said, we will come back every couple of weeks. I will record this and get it out to you. If at all possible, I don't care if it's one Papua New Guinea or 100, go to some of the webinars that we've talked about. I know, Daniel, thank you for doing what you're doing because you can relate to people. I will find out why the bandwidth is so high. This probably has something to do with the technology, believe it or not. I'm not sure. I will talk to Collins and these other brainy guys.
Thane says, I don't think Marty has actually been paid his owed commissions despite him making more in a week than in his previous job with ONPASSIVE. I agree. I don't think he's made anything either. I don't think anyone has. And I don't think they're going to until at least September. You know? In Marty's defense, Robin just kind of completely bailed out of the blue and fast. It was so weird.
And see what Ash says. Well, I've heard that more than once. I heard it from Africa. I heard it from all the countries that it's taking a little bit more oomph to get the job done. So, but all that's going to be taken care of. And remember something. Ash said this from the very first day, or one of the first days I ever talked to him.
Oh my, what just happened? Is my thing messing up on me again? Oh, I'm so sorry. My thing messed up on me again. My thing's messing up on me. We'll just get back to that.
You know how to run business.
Like I said, we will come back every couple of weeks. I will record this and get it out to you. If at all possible, I don't care if it's one Papua New Guinea or 100, go to some of the webinars that we've talked about. I know, Daniel, thank you for doing what you're doing because you can relate to people. I will find out why the bandwidth is so high. This probably has something to do with the technology, believe it or not. I'm not sure.
No, it does. It definitely does. You should get them to fix that, Marty. Tell them to fix that.
We'll talk to Collins and these other brainy guys and see what Ash says. Well, I've heard that more than once. I heard it from Africa. I heard it from all the countries.
Would Marty's chair sell on Craigslist? I don't know. Would one of you guys buy it?
That it's taking a little bit more oomph to get the job done. So, but all that's going to be taken care of. And remember something. Ash said this from the very first day, or one of the first days I ever talked to him. You only need one account. So if you get one rolling, let it roll, and it will help the other ones roll. Don't panic on getting all of them. Focus on one.
Imagine being the account that's like responsible for getting all the other accounts up in your whole community. Like no pressure, you know.
Let it go, and it will feed the other ones. But remember, we're going. Let's let things go that were negative. It doesn't matter. We all make mistakes. I don't know anybody here that can walk on water. I think Chris can drive his bus into water, but other than that, nobody. But anyway, we will be back in a couple of weeks. If anybody has any closing arguments, I want you to say whatever you want to say, and then I'll close it out.
What the closing arguments? You mean arguments for why people in PNG should stay in ONPASSIVE? Like, what do you mean? I have none. They should leave.
That's the quietest I've ever seen this group in my entire life. Chris wants to talk, but he's muted.
I would say continue to push forward and never, ever let anything stop you. We are all in it together and we are going to win together. All it is put a little bit of effort and action on your side to continue to push forward. We are going to win this together. That's all, Marty.
Yeah, no doubt. And remember this, Papua New Guinea, I'm going to tell you something, like it or not, nobody on this panel is going to let you quit. We are going to drive you insane. So we will keep going.
That's right.
I want to thank everybody on the panel. I know Narelle has talked with Papua New Guinea. I know Lynn has been in communication. I know Robin has and Julie has, but it just felt right that we need to get them together and talk to them and let them know that don't worry about who did what and what did whatever. Listen, two people were on the opposite side of Christ and they weren't perfect, and he forgave them. So let's remember.
Yes, this is the Titanic, and it is sinking with everyone on the ship.
None of us are perfect. So, and ONPASSIVE is a forgiving business. So let's move forward and get moving and do what you can, help who you can help. And we're here for you.
Isn't it nice of ONPASSIVE to forgive the people in PNG for being realistic? That's good of them.
As much as we can. Anyway, I'll see you all. Thank you very much for being here. And God bless everybody.
Oh my God, we actually got through this thing.
Thank you, Papua New Guinea. Love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Say goodbye.
Bye,
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Look at Chris, everybody.
Love you all.
Love you all.
He's magical.
Love.
Peace out. Peace. Okay, so that was the latest Papua New Guinea webinar. It was very, very cringe. I was told that it was a PNG love fest. Still wasn't warned enough or prepared enough for that at all. That was quite interesting. As you heard, it appears that the people in PNG were feeling like they were being left behind. They didn't quite understand what was going on with everything. They were pretty vocal about it. And apparently ONPASSIVE didn't appreciate that. So this was kind of like a webinar to like keep them in line. The whole thing was very, very condescending, I felt. Even when like Collins, for example, was complimenting them, I felt like that wasn't really compliments coming from the heart, you know? Basically, the bottom line is that a lot of the people in that area, they need the money that's been promised to them. And I don't know if they can afford to continuously wait for it. So Ash might want to figure out what is going out with those payouts, or what's going on with those payouts, and get them out to everyone pretty fucking quickly. Let me know what you guys think about it down below for my replay crew. I hope that all of you found that just as cringe as I do. It was a hard watch, I gotta say. Devil's Advocate says, I just want to binge eat and cry after watching that. Yeah. Robin, find more money. Just do it, PNG. Yeah, pretty much. You can just, just do one account. Just open one big extra PNG large account. You can all pay into it. And then once it's bought all the products and you've paid more money into it for that, then you should be able to make somewhat of a commission. And then we'll just slowly work at getting other accounts open. And that sounds like hell. And that sounds like a lot of pressure to put on somebody in that community to open everyone's accounts for them. And it just sounds like a mess. Sounds like a mess. But I don't know. Maybe it will work. Who knows? Sure, you can piss off California, but if Rhode Island gets cranky, fire up a live stream. From what I know about Rhode Island, it's always cranky. It was very cringe. Yes, it was. It is sad. It is sad to think, too, about how the people there, they don't need OConnect, yet they're all forced into buying it in order to make a commission. The whole thing's sad. And it just goes to show, like, the lack of self-awareness that these people have. Like one of you guys said, how can they look at these people and smile at them during this? Well, it's because they've been trained to. I guess you learn how to do that as a scammer. It's insane how these leaders does Ash's job for him in keeping people in line. It is. And that is why it is very much a cult. Because when it's not Ash keeping them in line, they're keeping each other in line. Then they're ratting out each other too. That's a whole thing. We won't leave you if you're still paying. That's right. Because the second that they leave on passive, do you think that they're going to care about them at all? No. Remember, PNG, there are more products you need to buy coming soon. Exactly. It's all just false promises and false hope here after false hope. Especially for a place like that, which again, like, they don't have use for the products. So who are they going to sell these products to going forward? How are they planning on all making money off of them? Like, it's a lot to take in. But hopefully as we continue on down this lovely ONPASSIVE journey, it will be a lot like the Ascension journey, and then we'll be able to figure it all out. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Going forward, I might not be able to stream tomorrow. I'm going to see. But going forward on Friday, I would like to do a reaction to Marty and Chris webinar. So stay tuned for that. And on Thursday, we're going to be hearing from Amy Carlson's ex-fiance. So you might not want to miss that one either. That should be really, really fun. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream. I promised everyone that I would continue to cover ONPASSIVE until ONPASSIVE ceases to exist. And I intend on keeping that promise. So I appreciate all of you for going on this journey with me. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day. Take care. And I'll see you guys either Wednesday evening, or Friday afternoon. Stay tuned, and I'll let you know on the community tab. And like always, here is your number one favorite song to close off these streams, because as we all know, we're all in it to win it. Bye!